Hello friends and family, welcome to our new cooking channel that we're calling In Season. This is the channel where we don't just teach you a recipe, we teach you how to cook. And we teach you how to cook with what is available right now, the things that are seasoned. It's fresher, it's better, it's more available. And so today, guests are coming in an hour. What are we gonna cook? Let's find out. What is this? Oh, is this what I think it is? Broccoli. Broccoli!
Broccoli?
Broccoli!
Seriously?
Broccoli comes from the Italian word broccoli. It's an amazing vegetable filled with many minerals, vitamins essential for our bodies, things we need. And it's like a flavor sponge from which we can prepare countless dishes. There's a lot to do, and the first thing of which is to stop talking and get to work. So let's do it. Okay, broccoli is a late summer to early fall ingredient. Today we're gonna make 3 dishes with that. We're gonna make an appetizer, we're gonna make a soup, and we're gonna make a pasta. So let's go. First thing we're gonna start with is the appetizer, from which we just want the tips of the florets. So we're gonna cut the tips. We're not throwing these away because we're gonna use them for our next dish. We don't want waste. You see, as soon as we get to the stem, then we're gonna save that part for later. Beautiful. So for this dish, we're gonna boil some potatoes. We've got our potatoes right here. Just to cover those potatoes, we're gonna put them on the heat. We're gonna let those potatoes boil until they're soft enough to mash. We're gonna put those into our fritters that we are making. Whenever you're cooking, along with the seasons, your ingredients are always fresher. All right, we're putting aside. We need to cut our onion, but before that, we need to get some oil heating up in our pan. All right, with our onion, we just want to have a nice mince on that. Cutting our onion in half, we're peeling off that outer layer like this. And getting a mince on our onion. So important, the timing of everything that we're doing, so everything's hot at the same time, ready at the same time. That's why we went ahead and got our oil heating up in the pan. So by the time we finish cutting our onion, that oil is hot. If stuff spills around, doesn't matter. We'll clean it up later. All right, with our onions, we want a few cloves of garlic. Down on the cutting board. Down with the knife, peels come right off. We have about 3 cloves of garlic here. If you like garlic, use more garlic. Beautiful. Adjusting our heat as necessary so that nothing burns. At this point, we're gonna put a couple tablespoons of butter. We're gonna season with salt and pepper. We're not gonna clutter these with a lot of seasonings. We want really the flavors of the broccoli and the vegetables to come through in this. Salt and pepper, all you need. While our onions are sauteing here, we're going to start the next dish, which is gonna be a creamy broccoli soup, for which we're gonna use the stems. Don't throw away the stems. We're gonna cream it, we're gonna puree it in the end. We want these to be broken down into smaller pieces so they don't take forever to boil. Doesn't matter how they're cut, it's all gonna be blended in the end. And we're removing these florets for our third dish that we will make. That's going to be a broccoli shrimp fettuccine with creamy garlic sauce. So we have about 3 broccoli heads worth of stems right here. That's gonna be enough for our soup. We'll add the stems that we are using that are left over. Let's come over to our sauteing onions. And you can see they're getting translucent. We want these to be nice and soft. By the time we add our broccoli, I think we've hit a good place with these. In goes our broccoli. Give that a stir. If we need more fat, we can add butter. We can add a bit more olive oil. Important not to burn. All right, very good. Now we're going to get onto our soup. We're gonna start with the base, very similar to our fritters. What we want is a mirepoix, couple carrots, couple onions. Let's move our fritter mixture over. This is great. This is done. Let the heat on the pan finish that up. Olive oil in. Let's let that olive oil heat up a bit. Onions going into the hot pan. Looks like one onion's gonna be enough. Carrots. All right, get our carrots in. And we really just want these to sweat in the fats, in the oil, until they're nice and soft, that we can go ahead and puree. Salt in. We want a little more butter. Pepper. Let's check our potatoes. These will be mashed. We need them soft. Those have another 8 minutes to go. All right, for the fritters, we're gonna be making a cornmeal coating. Then we'll fry them in that. So let's go ahead and start that process. 1 egg is plenty. We want a pinch of salt in here. Again, these will coat the fritters. This is a fine ground cornmeal. This is what we're going to be coating our fritters in. We want to put it down in this dish so that we can easily coat our fritters in that. All right, we're gonna season this again with a little salt and a little pepper. Again, we're not adding the salt to make it salty. We're adding the salt to bring out the flavors. We want all this broccoli to come alive in our mouth. Broccoli gets a bad rap. There's no reason for it. We are making broccoli shine. All right, this one we're just giving a quick little stir there. Bring those seasonings in, and we're good. This stuff is cooking. In the meantime, we're going to break down our florets for our pasta, taking it from the stem, cutting down, getting to the end, breaking it with our hands. We want all of these to be about the same size. Very good, I'm happy with that. Creamed broccoli soup. We're taking this, we're adding it to our onions and carrots, and we're giving that a stir. We added the broccoli, now already we're ready to add the liquids so that things don't burn. We're going in with white wine. This is just gonna steam with this white wine. We're probably gonna put about a cup and a half in there. Put the lid on to trap that liquid and let that steam. While the soup is cooking, while the potatoes are cooking, we're gonna start on our pasta. Why? Because we gotta get this done. Garlic. At this point, we're gonna add a little dry thyme. Just crush that between your fingers. That'll bring a little herbal component to that. Lid on. Let that steam. Another 5 minutes on the potatoes. Let's check this. Most of our liquid is evaporated from there. We're gonna take some chicken stock and we're gonna add about a cup, and just let that finish softening, let that finish cooking until we can blend it. 2 red peppers, we're gonna roast these in the oven. Again, these will be for our pasta. Clean them, take out the vein. This will add both color and flavor to our pasta. All right, red peppers, they have the same season as broccoli, so we know that they will go together. So we're gonna add these to our pasta. It's gonna add that flavor and it's gonna add that color. Peppers going in the oven. We wanna roast these peppers, which we will then peel and slice those for our pasta. Here we're just gonna put 1/2 inch of water. This is gonna be to steam our broccoli for the pasta. Our potatoes are cooked, so we're gonna go ahead and get those ready for our fritters. We just wanna skin these, take the peels off these potatoes. Don't worry if they're hot, the kitchen is a hot place. Potatoes. These 2 potatoes will go into our fritter mixture. Potato in along with our cheese curds. Now we're gonna get our hands dirty and we're gonna mix this up into our fritter mixture, and then we'll just begin to form these fritters and we'll almost be ready to fry them. Couple more pinches of salt in that. Just about that much. Form a ball, flatten it out. Just close in these thin edges with the thumb as you move these around the palms of your hand. So you have a nice uniform shape for these, about 1/2 inch thick. Taking these, just gonna cover these peppers with a little bit of foil. Keep that steam there so that peel will come right off. All right, broccoli for the pasta. We're gonna salt that and give that a little flip. We don't wanna submerge this in water, we just wanna steam. Our pasta water is boiling. We're gonna salt that water. There's very few things that we actually want to boil, but pasta is one of those that we actually want to really boil at a high temperature. We just want a little par steam on our broccoli, just a minute and a half probably, not very much. Get rid of that water, back in our plate. Peppers are ready to lose the skin. You'll see that skin will just come right off. A diagonal julienne. Again, this will look beautiful in our pasta. Little steam on the broccoli, peppers are roasted, garlic is prepared, just ready for these pieces to come together and make that pasta. We don't need anything else in our pasta water besides that salt. Sometimes they'll add oil saying, oh, that way the pasta doesn't stick together. There's no point to that. After we drain the pasta, we'll add a little bit of oil in there and that will solve that problem. And let's go. All right, let's get on to our fritters here. We're gonna fry these up. A little dip in the egg mixture into the corn flour. Right on there. Just lay it there. Looking good. I want a little bit of olive oil in that pasta. I'm gonna give that a little tossed so that we keep that for later when we sauce it. All right, let's check our fritters. They should be gold on the other side, probably about 3 minutes. Beautiful. We're gonna add our cream to that right now so that it's easy to pass through the sieve, which we will do immediately. Just to take out that fiber we don't need in our soup. We want a real smooth consistency here. Okay, we've sent our soup through the sieve. We're gonna take that, heat it up, and we're gonna add a little bit of cheddar cheese to that. As that heats up, we're gonna start on our pasta sauce. Let's do it. All right, our oil is hot, ready for our garlic. We wanna have a real light saute on this. Be very careful it doesn't burn. Burnt garlic, the flavor profile completely changes. We don't want that bitter, burnt garlic taste. Add our shrimp. And we're gonna add a splash of white wine. And we're gonna let that cook down and evaporate. A little salt in there, a little pepper. We're gonna heat up a bit of cream. We wanna heat up this milk so that when we add it to the sauce and the wine, it doesn't separate. Let's add the rest of our ingredients to the sauce. We'll give that a mix. All right, while that's heating up, we're gonna take our Parmesan cheese. Essential element to our pasta. We just wanna fine grate on that. Beautiful. All right, our cream is heated up. We're gonna add that to the sauce. And already all those flavors are going to blend as that heats up. And that'll be ready for our fettuccine. Yes, we're coming to the end of our broccoli episode here. Everything is ready. We're putting our finishing touches and we're gonna be plating these things right now. And let's go ahead and put that straight into our fettuccine. Just evenly coat those pasta noodles, that fettuccine with our cream sauce, garlic, and the white wine. Broccoli fritters, sour cream, Okay, we've got our soup base here. We want to add our cheese to that at the last minute just so that it melts. We don't want that to curdle. So we've got our cheddar cheese. We're gonna put in about a cup of that. And we just want to stir that, let it melt. This is gonna add that sharp, amazing cheesiness to this soup. We're gonna garnish this with a few sauteed broccoli florets. This will also add a little crunch to our soup. Finally, we come to our entree, broccoli fettuccine, shrimp, roasted red peppers, and white wine cream sauce. And we're gonna garnish that with our freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Okay, that brings us to the end of our broccoli episode. We have our broccoli fritters with that mashed potato and that crisp corn flour crust. We've got our creamed broccoli soup, and we've got our broccoli, roasted red pepper, shrimp fettuccine with that fresh grated Parmesan on there. I wanna thank you for watching this video. If you learned something, like the video, comment on it. What would you like to see in coming episodes? And remember, use lots and lots of broccoli before it goes out of season. See you next time.